All right, so today we're going to do another form of input called list boxes and combo boxes, and they're simply just drop-down menus. Here's an example of a list box, right, where it kind of shows you all the items at once, and down here is a combo box where you're going to see nothing in here or the first item, and you have to click this little button to see the rest. In either case, each item in these drop-down menus are assigned a number called an index, starting with 0. For example, Canada would be assigned the index number 0, USA will be assigned an index 1, and the UK would be assigned an index of 2. So you got to get used to the fact that it starts at 0. Likewise with the combo box. This item here, this first item, has an index of 0. This one has an index of 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so forth. That's going to come handy when we know which item the user selected. Now, in our cases, we're going to only let the user select one out of each one. You can select more than one, especially in a list box, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to have them select one item. Now, that index number is going to be important when we code a program with these, because one of the important properties of both a list box and a combo box is the selected index property, and we'll see that when we code the selected index property. And another important property is the collections property, and this is used when you design your interface, and that's used to add items to your list box or to your combo box. We can add items to our list boxes in the code property by saying something like this: ComboBox1.add, and then whatever for example, if this is the combo box down here, this would add the word dog to the end of the list here. But we're not going to do that. It's done on the fly while the program's running. So let's go ahead, and I started a project, and I put a button here and a label. And I'm going to put a list box over here, and I'm going to put a combo box over here. So let's add some items to this box here. So we go down to items. Actually, the property is called items, and we're going to click on this collections here. So it's not the property is called items. So let's put some items in here. Let's put dog, cat, mouse, and snake. Click OK. You notice you see the items pop over here. So let's go to the combo box. Oh, I double clicked that by accident. Let's go to the combo box, and here we are, combo box 1. And we'll go down to items. Click the ellipsis button, and let's add chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and butter pecan. Right, now you don't see them in here, but they're there. You'll see them when we run the program. And I have a button and a label. So what we're going to do is code this, so we're simply going to output or echo what the person chose. So if the person chose mouse And vanilla over here, it's going to say you chose mouse and vanilla. So let's do that. Let's double click the button. That's where the action takes place. We get to the button's click event. And there's a couple ways we can code these list boxes or combo boxes. We can simply use the selected index property, right? So I can say if, let's start with a string, because we're going to be building a string here with concatenation. Dim x as string. And I'm going to start that as you chose space. So now we're going to say if, and I'm going to start with the list box. If listbox1 dot selected index equals 0, right? If when we hit that button, they clicked dog. Remember, this is index 0, 1, 2, 3. In computer programming, you have to get used to the fact that sometimes things start at 0 instead of 1 in most languages. Okay, so if that's the case, that means they click dog. So we're going to concatenate to x. We're going to say x equals x, concatenate x equals x, concatenate dog. And then we'll cut and paste this, or copy and paste rather. And we have 4 items. So I'm going to do it 4 times. Oh, I forgot to copy the end ifs. We'll just put them in there as we go. So here we're going to say x equals x concatenate, and that's cat. And don't forget, we have to change the index number. So cat is the second one in the list, so that's going to be index 1. Likewise here, 2. I'm going to concatenate to x. That was mouse. And finally, the 4th one in the list was snake, and that's index 3. X equals x, concatenate snake. So there's our list box. All right, so I changed this. I just paused the video and I changed this. I'm going to put the label one here. I'm going to make this a little more fun, and we're going to add a picture here depending on what flavor ice cream they choose from the combo box. So I have a picture box 1 here, and instead of, well, I guess I can leave this here. I could have said you chose dog here, you chose cat, x equals, and then and let's just add the label, the text to the label 1 here. So label 1 dot text equals x. So there we go. All right, so in order to show you the processing of the combo box, I could have done this here, use the list box selected index. And I'm going to do that too, but I'm also going to introduce a control structure called a select statement. And I'm going to introduce a few keywords here. One of them is the select statement, select. Another one is the case keyword. Notice they're turning blue. So these are keywords. Keywords are part of the language. And I'm going to say combo box 1 dot selected index. That's it for the top line. And I'm going to say case 0. And if that's the case, if they chose that first item in the combo box, which was chocolate, combo box 1 selected index is going to be 0. So we're going to say picture box 1 dot image equals image dot from file, and we went over this earlier. And my pictures are placed on the desktop, so I'm going to say my case there's my location, and I'm going to say chalk.jpg. That's the picture of my chocolate ice cream cone. And then I can copy and paste this portion here. I'm going to paste it 3 more times. So if this is the case here, if they chose the second item, which was vanilla, I believe it was vanilla. Let's see. Yeah, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, butter pecan. So I named this guy Van. This guy is straw. And this guy is pecan. And I think this guy is a PNG, not a JPEG. PNG. All right, and don't forget, if you copy and paste, you got to change other things. I got to change that to case 2 and this to case 3. And finally, I need to end the select, which it did already. So what this is saying is that I'm going to choose, depending on what number index this is, and it's pretty self-explanatory. If the case that the selected index is 0, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the picture of the chocolate cone in there. If the selected index is 2, if the case that they chose is 2, right, it's going to put the strawberry image there. So let's test this. Let's save it and test it. See if we have any errors. So I'm going to choose cat, right? Notice the list box shows everything at once. The combo box is like a true drop down. I'm going to pick vanilla. And if I hit button 1, there it is. You chose cat, and there's the vanilla cone. I'll choose snake. I'll choose dog and chocolate. And there it is. Don't forget, when you make your picture boxes, you want to choose size, mode, stretch, image. And that's it for list boxes and combo boxes.